welcome to Lulu Reviews Yarn. I've been thinking that I don't introduce myself with the title of my videos, and maybe I should do that. I just kind of say whatever I feel like it at this point. Excuse my very dressed down. I'm actually in sweats, but I had a pretty terrible week last week, mainly because of the hotel I stayed at. They had bed bugs, so I was eaten alive, and I've had to deal with that, get my suitcase cleaned, get the car cleaned, get all my clothes cleaned, so it's been quite the ordeal. And now I'm dealing with the aftermath on the fact that my body is super itchy. So I'm taking 9 pills a day. Like, that's ridiculous. 9. But 9 pills a day plus topical cream, 2 different kinds actually. So it's bad. I actually have some of, like, I have my finger wrapped because this finger is so swollen that anytime I touch it against something, it just hurts so bad. So wrapped it up. And then to make matters worse, I somehow hit my ankle against the cabinet in the hotel and had to get stitches. So that happened. I've never had stitches in my life, so I'm not a clumsy person, which makes this so weird. But anyway, that's what happened to me this week, and that's why I'm super dressed down. I'm trying to wear as loose-fitted clothes as possible so that I get the least amount of friction. But anyway, today I wanted to do a review on this book. This is called 60 Quick Knits, and it's put out by Cascade. And this uses only Cascade 220. The publisher is sixth&spring books. So this came out in 2010. I'm not sure exactly who made all the patterns, like if it was a Cascade company pattern or if there were several artists that came together and made patterns. I have several other of these, and one of them is distinctly different designers. Either way, this is the first one that I got, and I think it may be the first one in the series. And it's got 20 hats, 20 scarves, and 20 mittens, all done in Cascade 220. I have to say, I love this book. I love the way it's laid out. I love the pictures. So here's the inside, and it's got one of those flaps so you can use it to mark your page, but it's just so pretty. They have so many different rolled up balls of yarn and different colors. So here's just like a lovely layout of quite a few projects. Table of contents. And I mean, this is just so pretty. I love it. There's an introduction about the company. There are things to know, mainly your abbreviations and what they stand for. I just love the pictures throughout this whole thing. There's skill levels, and then every single project is like this. So you've got number 1 is the first one, start of the instructions, and then a project image of it. And I love the colors that they chose. They put the gauge at the bottom, just like right here. Every single project has the gauge at the bottom. Some of them have like helpful hints, like this one has a quick tip at the bottom. I love it, and I honestly want to make every single thing in this book. Let me point out a couple of the things that I like. Look how cute! I haven't made that yet. And there's only like a couple things that I wouldn't make. Like, look how adorable. It's a lion scarf. And there's some really nice scarves. Just in really good colors. Like, they choose really good colors, I think. And there's some really simple things. So like ribbed wristlets, which honestly you could figure out without a pattern. I've made this guy. Not in this color. And certainly not in Cascade 220, actually. There's color work. I mean, how cute is that? I have made this one. This one turned out really nice. The baubles, I was thinking the baubles were going to be difficult. I don't know, I just have a hard time with baubles, but they ended up being fine. Okay, so I've tried to make these, and these are a little bit complicated, but more so I didn't want to lug the book around. So this one I would need the book because each of these is 3 separate charts. Oh, here's something where you learn how to do mitered squares. You know, just like your sock blanket that a lot of people may be making. I made this one right here. It's a basket weave scarf. Very pretty. Could be for a man or a woman. I've made this eyelet scarf. This one turned out really nice, and you could memorize the pattern very quickly. I've also made this guy, and this one I actually used scraps of yarn, and it turned out really pretty. It was a blue hat, and then these were silver. And it's not just a stripe. It's like you knit and then you purl so that the bottom piece of the stripe kind of pops out. It's really nice. And I mean, this is super simple too. You know, it's knit long ways, complete garter, and then there's like a strip of the color. And I love how they kind of got a button to match. I love this one. Probably my favorite thing in the book. I made this in gray, and then I put a scarlet hat. I live in Ohio, so scarlet and gray is always really popular. Love this pattern. It's gorgeous. I've done this one, and I did this one in red. So, so, so pretty. It's basically just 2 rows of leaves. This one, mock cable wrists, or wristers, fingerless gloves. The twists go the same direction, whether you do a left or a right. So I kind of made up a mirror image pattern for it, and I kind of stuck it in here. If you go to my Ravelry page, I have what I did listed, so you can easily do it yourself rather than copying the exact same thing. I also made this garter ridge scarf, so I've made so much out of this book. Now, with this scarf, I will say mine like rolled on itself, and because I didn't use wool, I couldn't really block it very well. Okay, so I haven't made this yet, but I want to so bad. This is kind of why I bought this book. Oh my gosh. Isn't that the cutest thing ever? They're octopus mittens. I even have yarn. I bought Cascade 220 to make those mittens. Now I think they're for a child, but who cares? Yeah, written for child size small. I will make them larger to fit my hands. Okay, I think this is the ugliest thing that's in here. And I've seen some projects, and I think it's just the colors. So this is a striped and ruffled wrap. I think that's the ugliest thing in the book. And really, it's probably just the colors. There's a really nice fair isle, which looks really cool because they used variegated. So it, you know, looks a little fancier than what it is. Some more color work mittens right here. I think the book is absolutely gorgeous. The back kind of follows just like the front did with the yarn along the top. So again, there are 60 patterns in here. It's originally $18, but you can get it for cheaper now because it's been out for quite a while. I highly recommend it. I love it. The instructions are really easy to follow. Pretty much everything is really simple to do. The ones that add in new techniques, I think they do a really good job with it. There's some lace work, there's some color work, there's cables, there's knitting in the round, there's picking up stitches. There's really, really simple things like this ribbed pillbox hat. You know, it's just a ribbed hat and kind of comes into a square shape up at the top. If you're looking for a book that's got, you know, a lot of worsted weight projects that are accessories, I would definitely pick this guy up. I love it, and to be honest, I pick up just about every single book that's in this line just because I've loved this one and then the second one so much. I may do a review on the second one, and I guess with my review, I'm just going to show you some of the patterns and tell you about how much I love it, because there's not too many books that I own that I don't like. But this one, definitely a keeper. My only thing is some of them don't, I mean, it lies flat, but I've had to break the binding a little bit. Awesome book. I would definitely pick this guy up. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!